podcast. Very essential shit. Go on your phone, bro, and I'm gonna send you this link, and I just want to see what it looks like.
Hold on, what?
I'm gonna send you the link to what it should look like on YouTube Live. So right here, this is like this is our portal. I don't know what it looks like to you. It's probably just a hangout. Does it look like the one before?
No, it looks a little different. Very.
Oh yeah. Also, you're live right now, bro.
So, bro, this looks mad like
probably just a hangout. Does it look like the one before?
It's just a little lagged, but yeah, it's pretty.
No, it looks a little different. Straightforward. But you're live right now, bro.
Yeah.
This looks mad like. Can you see both of us or just you? Probably just a hangout. Does it look like the one before? It's just a little lagged, but yeah.
I just see me.
All right. Straightforward. What about now? You're live right now, bro. Yeah. This looks mad like. Can you see both of us or just you?
Hold on, it's because it's kind of lagged. The YouTube is lagged a little bit.
All right. What about now?
Oh, when you said what about now? Now it's just you.
Hold on, it's because it's kind of. We gotta have an auto switch, I hope.
Huh?
Oh, when you said what about now? Now it's just you. We gotta have an auto switch, I hope. Huh?
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Like that shit. Like it was kind of like.
It's only trippy because you're getting feedback like 5 seconds later. But
yeah, is it switching between?
I'm picking the switches.
Huh?
I'm picking the switches. So really, I think when
just pick
when I talk, I'll switch it to me, and then when I hear you talk, I'll just jump back to you.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so now we just got to tweet out that link, bro. I guess I don't know.
Tweet it, go for it, and then okay, I'll tweet it too. Hold up. How do I do this?
I don't know. Do you have a link to share on your shit on your browser?
What do you mean?
There's gonna be hella fucking.
What do you mean the link to share on my browser? The link that you sent me, that works, right?
Yeah, that's like the shareable link.
So should I do that or no?
Yeah.
All right, bro. What should I call this? What is this?
Setting the tone live.
I'm about to go live on. I'm about to go live.
What's your Max Prado?
On setting. What is it called? Setting the tone.
Yeah, setting the tone. Parentheses live.
Setting the tone.
You know what, dude? Say now. They say tap in, bro.
Tap in. All right, I'm about to go live on Setting the Tone podcast or podcast. Should we call it that?
Yeah.
Tap in to listen. All right, this is all right. We're doing this shit, bro.
Is there a? Okay. So I just have to stay and remind myself that I'm talking and you're talking, and I just got to switch it back and forth. So.
All right, bro. Well, I'm about to tweet this link, but I'm not going to tweet until we get started. So.
We're live, bro. We've been live.
But nobody's clicking on it because the tweet hasn't been shared. Have you shared this?
Yeah, I just shared it.
Okay. Well, now we got to get started then. Right?
Yeah.
Should I share this on Instagram too? I don't know how to do that.
Copy the link, share it.
How?
Copy the YouTube link and then post it on your story. And then there should be a live chat that I want to like.
Hold on, I'm gonna at you, hosted by at Zit.
A live chat that I want to like.
Hold on, I'm gonna at you, hosted by at Zit. All right, we good, bro. I bet we got people watching to set this shit up. If everybody who's watching, shout out to y'all. We'll be going live in just a second. So, hey, how do you share this on Instagram?
Oh, that's what I'm doing now. I'm going basically like I just recorded a video, setting the tone live with I'm gonna tag you and then share the link.
How do you share the link though? That's my question.
I think there's like an attachment.
All right, tell me if you find that because I couldn't find. I was trying to do something similar earlier today.
Share the link.
How do you share the link though? That's my question.
I think there's like an attachment.
All right, tell me if you find that because I couldn't find. I was trying to do something similar.
It might be a sticker, maybe.
How do you share the link though? That's my question. I think there's like a share the link. How do you share the link though? That's my question. I think there's like a how do you share the link though? That's my question. I think there's like a bro, hearing my voice just makes me cringe a little bit. Aha. How do you? Nah, it's all good. All right, fam.
I don't know how, bro.
It doesn't. They don't. I think they took it out. I think they had it at one point and they took it out.
It was too easy. I don't know how, bro. It's on the Omnipotent site, though.
All right, we good, bro. Twitter gonna get the job done. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just do it.
Yeah. It's on the Omnipotent site, though. I'm getting feedback on my shit, so.
Well, yeah, because you're listening to the actual live feed. You gotta close that out.
I have the. Well, I just don't know where to go. So I think instead of checking myself out, we got one live viewer. Welcome to Setting the Tone. It's me and Max. I want to see the live view, bro. Because I don't know who's watching.
Just set it on your phone and turn the volume down, bro.
Please enter the chat.
All right. All right, man. Come on, bro. We got a whole viewer watching right now. They're probably like, man.
It's not us?
I don't know. We'll find out. Let's just get started, bro. Let's not worry about who's watching. Let's just get it.
Oh, yeah, I guess this is recorded live. So not only is it recorded live, it's also like
live.
Are you on right now? I just need to know that.
Am I what?
Are you on or am I on?
I'm on.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know actually, because this is like lag.
You can see yourself?
Now you're on. Honestly, this is like behind. Now I'm on. I don't know, bro. Honestly, I got no idea. This thing's lagged. You know what I'm saying? Right now, yeah. I see myself.
I wish we had like a viewing room. Anyways, so welcome to Setting the Tone. This is your host, Tone. I'm here with my good friend Max. Max is a Boeing employee. There's a little more to that. Fuck. He's a procurement specialist for a large company in the Northwest. He likes the color red. He has over 15 million subscribers on YouTube. Welcome, Max.
Wow. That was a very good introduction, Antonio. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to be here with you, my good friend. And yeah, I'm glad to be kicking off this podcast with you. So let's do it. Setting the tone.
This is the first. This is the first of anything of this podcast. Podcast is called Setting the Tone. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. What I want to do is just gotta maybe hear a story from a couple people I know from here and there. I chose Max because we've worked on different things before. He's really great on camera. I'll tweet some of those in the description below, some of the fucking videos we've done. Max, what are you doing?
I'm cooling, man. No, I'm just having a relaxed Sunday. Got a lot of stuff done today, but usually I like to stick to a routine. So I'm trying this new thing out where I'm waking up really early. I woke up really early today. I worked out, ran errands, and
Yeah, man. Just kind of relaxed. Read a little bit of a book. Yeah. And
What are
now
you
I'm
reading?
you.
Yeah, what are you reading now? What are you?
What am I reading? I am reading this book on trauma. I've been reading it for a long time. I've been kind of putting it off. I just read like a few pages every now and then, but it's this book about trauma. It's written by a psychologist that actually did like breakthrough studies during the 1970s on Vietnam War veterans, and yeah, it's really interesting.
I tell myself every year I'm gonna start reading. In fact, I told myself I was gonna try to do at least a book a month. We're 3 months in, and I've opened half a book. Um, I think it has to do with the fact that I don't know a subject that I'd like or prefer, or I'm more of a nonfiction guy, but I do appreciate a good story. I don't know. Do you like? Do you just read whatever?
Yeah, bro, I'm not with that fake stuff, bro.
Do you just read whatever?
No, I do. I'm more of a nonfiction kind of guy too. I like biographies. I like a lot of self-help books, but honestly, I think I read enough self-help books to the point where the information in them started to become redundant, and it was just kind of like it just felt like recycled kind of BS to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of strayed away from those, and I'm getting more into like psychology because funny story, I was actually going to study psychology when I first went to Washington State University, but I ended up switching to business like literally probably like a few days before I actually had my advising appointment because I found out that I had to go to graduate school to get a good job with a psychology degree if I wanted to work in my field. And being a first generation college student, I didn't really see graduate school as something that I could attain. I didn't even think I can graduate from college. I was just trying to get in. I was lucky to be there, so switched to business. But I like to read psychology stuff on my free time because I have a genuine interest for it.
No, psychology. I think that goes hand in hand with business, where a lot of it is. I wouldn't say it's a soft science, but a lot of business and a lot of sales and a lot of marketing is dealing with the psychology of how people work and what they study and how they act and how they move. So I guess that goes hand in hand with what you're saying, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I think that I've always been a real big like people person. Not that I'm a psychologist, but I would consider myself pretty good at like understanding people and being compassionate. I guess you could say like reading people and understanding where they're coming from. And I think that that is a huge part in business. Like in my job right now, I work I work in an office setting with a bunch of people, varied backgrounds, ages, and yeah, it's just kind of understanding where they're coming from, and then kind of it's not that you're being fake or being different, around certain people, but you got to tailor your message to your audience, and part of that is understanding your audience's psyche and their mind and the way they think.
So one of the things that I guess I can relate with that is I work for a company in Colfax, and if you know anything about Colfax, it's not growing. It's the same town. The demographic is a lot of older people. So I quickly had to adapt to dealing with older people and just understanding how they talk. Not that they talk any differently. It's just, and it's a farming community too. So ag is very different than, Othello, where I grew up, where there's a lot of ag, but it's all in Spanish. And most of the demographic is 85, 90%. In Pullman, where it's all college students, and there's just a whole different vibe, if you could call it that.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. I think Pullman, Colfax, that entire side of the state is kind of its own little weird bubble of it's kind of just stuck where it's at, but there's people like that recently moved there, and I think the colleges bring a lot of innovation and stuff, but yeah.
So you lived here, yeah, I hate to cut you off. You lived here for 4 or 5 years, exactly 4 almost. Now you're in the city, one of the fastest growing cities in the country. How is that? How's the shift?
Man, let me tell you. So living in Seattle has been an experience to say the least. Like when I first moved here, I was really excited. To be honest with you, I was not like, how people get like nervous or they're afraid or they don't want to leave certain things. I was excited. I was like, man, I've worked for this my whole life. Like I remember clearly being like in, like a freshman in high school when I used to rap, and like I would be writing raps and I'd be like, man, one day, like if I make something out of myself, I just want to live in Seattle. Whether I do or I don't, I just want to live in Seattle. I want to get out of Othello. I was never a small town kid. I know there's those people that are like, oh, I'm such a small town person. Like, I love it here. No, like while I was there and even now, I still think like I'm a city person, and like coming to the city just further proved that to me. Like, I love the city. I love the hustle and bustle. I love being around different people. Cause like I said, I love people. So the more people, the better for me. And I really like just the opportunities that have, thanks to God, have come into my life out here. And yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. I mean, the traffic is not too good. I commute about an hour both ways to and from work. So
yeah, I used to hate traveling just in general. And then I went to Seattle last November. Dude, it took me, I mean, this is going to sound like a normal day to you, but it took me like 40 minutes to get 5 miles. And that was during traffic hour. And there was a couple concerts that night, and that's why I was there. I just couldn't imagine that, though. 40 minutes gets me 40 miles in Eastern Washington. That's Othello to Tri-Cities. So,
yeah, man, that's just how it is. I mean, it's not that bad for me. It's an hour I think my office is about 30 miles away from my house. So, I'm going about 30 miles an hour the whole way. It's not terrible, but yeah, there's certain days, when there's more accidents or there's construction, or it's a funny thing, like when it rains, people drive a lot slower too.
Are they used to like the 70 or 60, 70 degree weather every day? Is it pretty much stagnant?
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of people told me, like, here's the funny thing. People told me when you move to Seattle, your first winter is going to suck. It's going to be so cold. It's going to be so dark. You're going to hate it. To be honest, and to be 100% honest with you, Eastern Washington winters are like the worst. Like, you cannot get worse than that. Like, I feel like the people that complain about Seattle weather probably came from California, where it's like nice all the time. So to be honest with you, coming to Seattle was an upgrade weather-wise for me. It's really nice. And I mean, yeah, it's cloudy sometimes, but I kind of like the rain, because it doesn't rain hard. It's like a cloudy with like a little mist, a constant.
It's a chance of meatballs. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've always heard the same thing too. Like, Seattle's really gloomy and it's just bad for a lot of people. And bro, the few times I've been, it's just a little bit cloudy, but the sun always seems to break through. And I've gone in all types of different seasons. Like I mean, I don't know. That's probably not that impressive, but
yeah, man. I mean, summertime out here is beautiful. Like, it's gorgeous. It's like 80 degrees constant, and like, yeah, you have a cloudy day here and there, but most of the days are really sunny, and there's just so much to do in Seattle. There's so many nice parks, nice views, nice walks, a lot of hikes. If you like nature, Seattle's a city for you for sure.
Are you a nature boy, do you think? Are you out? I know you did a couple hiking events out here, but
I would say I am. I really do admire nature. I would say I'm an artistic person. I feel like nature is art to me in a way. So that's the way I see it. Like, I really admire the aesthetic of nature. So I feel like just growing up in Othello, there wasn't really a whole lot of like, I see you try to hold your laugh, is that? I feel like growing up in Othello, there wasn't like a lot of opportunities to go hiking or like really do stuff like that. I mean, you can go fishing and stuff, but like, I don't know. And I feel like coming out here, I've been on like 3 different hikes out here, and they're really nice.
Yeah, Othello's kind of just, you drive everywhere only because it's like a mile radius. It's probably bigger than that, obviously, and everything's flat. And I have this theory. I mean, it's probably going to sound dumb to people who are like mechanically inclined. I think that the hills will damage your car a little bit because it's an added stress on your whole machine. And I was telling a friend that today, and he's just like, "You're crazy. That's not a thing."
The hills, like where, like in Seattle,
or like where you're like going down and going up, like all over the place. They say, and that's just to and from just anywhere here in Pullman specifically.
Yeah, Pullman is really hilly. Yeah, Seattle's similar, but I mean, there's areas that are fairly flat.
So what do you do with your free time besides like get on Hangouts live with your friend?
Man, I work out. Like, I just recently ramped up my workout schedule actually, so I'm working out every day now. Every single day I hit the gym, and so I used to work out right after work, and I would go like I would aim for 5 times a week, but it was more like 3 or 4, because I would miss a day because like I'd have a happy hour with my program at work, or there'd be those afternoon things that kind of get you caught up. But I work out every day in the morning. I wake up at about 4:45. Get to the gym and start my day. So that's one thing I do with my free time. Another thing I do is I eat a lot. I'm trying to bulk right now, so I cook a lot. So I'm getting into cooking. And
Do you like meal prep or?
I meal prep. I do, but like to be honest, I feel like I eat so much that I need to start cooking more when I meal prep. Because, for example, I'll cook like a lot of food on Sunday, but I'll run through it by Tuesday. So it's like I have to cook again, and like the whole process, it takes, I mean, for anybody that cooks, it takes like about an hour and a half, 2 hours to like get it all.
Man, to all my real cookers out there, y'all know how long it takes to cook.
Man, shout outs to all my cookers, man. It's a struggle. It's not voiced enough. Yeah, but I mean, I cook a lot, and what else do? I like to read, as I mentioned. I like to. What do I like to do? I like to listen.
Okay, what's one thing? I guess.
What's that?
What's one thing that, like, obviously, there's a whole lot of different things that are going on in Seattle, but what's one major thing that you're like, fuck, I have this in Seattle, I didn't have this anywhere else?
Food, man. There's so many options for food. Like, if you can't tell, I love to eat. So, like, man, like, like, when it comes to eating out, there's so many options, like, if I wanted to, I could eat out every single day and not eat at the same spot, or the same type of spot. There's just there's a lot of culture here in Seattle.
Is there something that you picked up in particular? I know that Teriyaki's big out there. I know that there's a lot of stuff like seafood, and you guys are right on the coast. So I've had Greek food before, and that really changed my whole life. And I never tried that out here. And we had a couple spots here in Moscow. But I didn't try it until I went to Seattle. So,
yeah, man, my go-to dish is spicy beef teriyaki from this place called Teriyaki Wok Express. Shout out to Teriyaki Wok Express in Linwood. Y'all like supply me with my food when I'm too lazy to cook, and it's always 100% good. So shout outs to you guys. And I also get a lot of. Myself and my friends, we go to this place called Coco's Mariscos. That place is really good. A lot of it's like Mexican seafood, really, really good food. And yeah, I mean, other than those two spots, I get a lot of pho. Tom yum soup. There's a lot of really good like Asian food, I would say, out here, and it's really good quality. It's that real. That real.
What is like? How far is everything from your house? Do you find yourself making trips for like Walmart and Walgreens and all these different things, or is it all pretty much local in your neighborhood?
Yeah, so it's funny that you say that. Actually, nobody shops at Walmart out here.
That's like a small thing, huh?
Yeah, like everybody's like, bro, Walmart, like what? Walmart's like where you buy like a last minute thing, like you needed something, and like you just so happen to be by the Walmart. But
is it like almost gas station-y, like where you happen to be by a gas station, so I pick up the charger or some milk or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people that actually shop there, but a lot of the people I know don't. It's just this culture around like they don't like Walmart because it's kind of like a corporate,
So they go to fucking QFC.
Yeah, there's these local alternatives like Fred Meyer.
Is Fred Meyer a local company?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe Fred Meyer was founded in the Northwest.
That's crazy. I've never been. I've heard a lot of people talk about Fred Meyer and this and that, but
I think I'm at Walmart, bro. That's the best way I can describe it to you.
Are you a Trader Joe's campaigner, bro?
Nah, I've never actually been into one. I thought it was bougie, but I just asked my friend the other day, and I found out it's actually like pretty like not bougie at all. Like it's actually really cheap. So
I think that Whole Foods might be like the bougie spot, but I go to the Cougar Food Mart and Walmart and the Chevron on Grand.
Nice, man. You gotta get them Hot Pockets.
Yeah, they don't have that out here. So Othello had Pick a Pop. I know that this isn't a new subject, but that was a spot to hit up. Is there a spot that you've developed or you've come across in Seattle that you're just like, man, I just need to go? Probably the gym. I guess I'm asking myself.
Is there a spot that I feel like I need to go? Like,
what's like the spot? Like when you're, I don't know, it's a Friday night and we're starting off here.
Oh, bro, like a club, a bar,
just whatever, bar, a club, a restaurant.
It just depends on. Honestly, here's the thing with the city though, compared to a small town. You're so limited in a small town that like there's just the spot where everybody hangs out.
Yeah.
In a city, there's so many options and there's so many like, options, and there's so many people that like you get to choose what kind of crowd you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Hey, I gotta ask you real quick. Are you watching this live on your phone?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's coming through quicker. I think it's like the latency stopped a little bit.
All right. No, yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, there's just so many options. You know what I'm saying? Sure.
What is something you want the general public to know, bro, before you campaign in the 2036 election?
Something that I want them to know, man. I just want to say that this world is actually a lot crazier than you think. Growing up, like I was a very naive individual. Like, to be honest with you, like growing up in a very small town, being undocumented for the first half of my life.
Right.
Growing up with a single mother, I was going through life like I thought I had it all, and I really had nothing, to be honest. In the big picture, like I had nothing. I mean, I thought I had nothing, like according to what, society likes to value. We were pretty broke, living in poverty or whatever, what would be considered poverty. But
yeah, there's a threshold, huh?
And yeah, like
guidelines. You're living right here, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what? Can I go live on the gram?
Yeah, do that.
All right, hold
up. You want to share the screen? I don't know how you're gonna do that.
I don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna do this.
You might want to just record. Like when I change my screen, are you seeing me or am I seeing?
Nah, I'm just seeing you the whole time.
It's like a voice conversation. It's like a chat.
Yeah, it's all good though. I'm just gonna go live. Hold up. I'm just gonna put my phone right here so they can listen.
Yeah. You should put the link. I don't know how to put a link. I put my link in my bio.
Hold up. I'm just gonna tell them to go to my Twitter, bro. If they're watching this, what do you say?
Two birds, huh?
All right. All right, it's going live.
Your tweet, go live.
Tony, we're live right now.
Hey, hello world.
All right, what's up, Instagram community? I'm on my friend Antonio's podcast. What's it called, Tony?
It's called Setting the Tone with your host, Antonio Ortiz, and I'm joined with my very good friend, Max Prado here. We're about 15 minutes into this.
So we're just having a conversation, It's kind of like an interview, I guess you can say, but it's more of a conversation.
This is best viewed on YouTube, so definitely check that out, bro.
Yeah, so check me out on if you have a Twitter, follow me on Maximiliano P, I believe. What's my Twitter, Tony? Is it Maximiliano P?
Maximiliano.
It's underscore first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on underscore Maximiliano P. Follow me on Twitter. The link is right there, so you can see like the actual feed, or you can just watch it from here if this works for you. That's cool. So yeah, we're just having a conversation. We're just gonna continue that. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get it.
I feel like it's different because I'm trying to interview as someone who doesn't know you, but I've known you for like the better part of the decade. So
just pretend you don't know me, man. Just pretend you don't know me.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. I don't bite.
I'm starstruck.
Okay.
Let's see, Max. So the world is different. Let's see. You grew up in Othello, small community.
I did.
We both grew up under the poverty line. And is it crazy to you seeing both worlds, kind of like corporate and then day to day?
Man,
Like,
you have no idea. So like some days, I can't lie to you, Tony. Some days I walk into work and I still can't believe it. I've been at this job for like 10 months, and like, not bragging at all or anything, like just to paint a picture of like what my workplace looks like. It's like a building, right? It's like, like it's like a 7-floor building. I'm on the 7th floor. It just got renovated, so it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I walk in there and I'm like, man, like I'm really here. Like this is crazy. Like I just can't believe it sometimes. And yeah, it's kind of like you said, it's like seeing both worlds and like the contrast from like growing up, not having like almost sometimes not having enough to even like buy new clothes for the school year, or like, like eating.
There's a lot of things that I didn't know. I mean, I knew we weren't rich because I knew that I had friends that like were really well off, but I didn't really feel like I was less. That's only because I think my parents did a really good job of. Okay, I don't want to make it seem like I was poor either. I wasn't like we weren't eating beans every night. I know that's a reality for a lot of people, but we always ate well. My mom prioritizes feeding us well, bro. Like she said, no matter what. But you're right. We didn't have like the newest clothes every school year.
Right.
Or actually, our shopping was once a school year, like in the summer, get it all done. Wow, I guess some people would like get a shirt every weekend. I don't know. It's just all relative, I suppose. So
yeah. Oh yeah, man. And I mean, a lot of the time too, it's funny too. Sometimes I work with people that they'll say some kind of ignorant stuff, like, like during lunch or whatever. I'll be grabbing lunch with some coworkers, and they'll be like, "Yeah, man, like those." Like, I'll meet people that are like volunteering for something. They'll be like, yeah, man, like, to help some young kids in high school. And like, yeah, man, some of these kids have some really crazy stories. And they'll be telling the kids stories like, yeah, like they live with single parents and, they don't have enough and this and that. And I'm like, dude, like, that's basically like my life story. But these people are so detached from that reality that is like surprising to them,
Yeah. That's just
that's like
their worst case scenario.
Like they had to go through an experience to learn that. Like they had to meet someone that went through that experience to like even like be introduced to that. I'm sure they can't even empathize with it at a certain point because they can't fully relate to it either.
There was recently a campaign, and I'm not in school, so I didn't know what it was. But one of the comments that one of the parties said was, I understand the struggle. It wasn't this exactly. It was like, I understand the struggle. The nearest Starbucks was like 7 miles away.
Right.
That's very different, bro. That's a different problem. I think that it was cool because we lived in an area where we got free and reduced. And I know that is a fat stress on a lot of parents who are just like right there where they're not needing it, but then, they also can't afford to send someone a cold meal every month or something like that, or pay $5 or whatever it was for the meal every day for the poor kid.
Now that you say that, I just remembered the first time I knew we were poor, or
why is that?
Or, like not very well off. When I was like in first grade, and like kids would bring like sack lunches to school, dude. Like they had like a really nice bag, and like they had a place to put their lunch, and like I would look at them and be like, man, that's cool. Like, why do they get to do that? And then I noticed, I never paid for lunch in school. Like, there was never a day, not even reduced, like nothing. Like, I didn't pay a dime. So shout outs to like those government funded programs, because I wouldn't have ate. Like, I probably wouldn't have eaten, or I would have been eating some beans for lunch every day. But yeah, man, like that's when I realized, I was like, dang, like these kids, like they're really like.
And you were one of two. And then that's like, there's kids that send like all 4 or 5 kids to school and just gotta pay $5 a person. But fortunately, like you said, there's these government funded programs that are
right.
They're like, oh, people are leeching off of this. No, bro. Like I had no choice. Like I had a choice. It would have been scarce. What did you think about your high school generally growing up? Not about the people in general, not about the students, just about like the whole administration, the layout, the standards. Do you feel like you were in a competitive high school in Washington or in the state?
I can't complain, Tony, because I think I had some really good teachers. I had some bad ones too. Bad not because, personal things. It was just, you know, in retrospect, I still think that they were pretty bad teachers because of some of the things that I would hear them say and some of the attitudes that I could see them, you know, as full-grown adults speaking to like 14, 15-year-olds. I think that they could have handled situations a little bit differently, but overall, I don't think Othello High School was a bad school. I think it was really good. I had a positive experience with a lot of my teachers. I still keep in contact with some of them. Shout out to Miss Sword. Shout out to Mr. Barber. Those two people had a pretty good impact on my life. Yeah, I thought Othello High School wasn't too bad.
Do you think, and this, I think I keep cycling through this, but do you think that, and this is something that really means
people watching on live, on Instagram Live, I just took a peek, man. Shout out to you guys. If you guys want to watch this real quick, Tony, I'm gonna tell the people on Instagram. If you guys want to watch this on Twitter, I have my I have the link, so you can actually, like, you know, listen to me and Tony a lot better, and you can, you know, you can see the video there too. So if you're interested. Thanks for watching, by the way.
Oh, you got people on your IG Live?
Yeah. There's a group.
Dude, I don't know if this is actually like current or whatever. Anyways, what were we saying, Max?
We were talking about high school, Othello High School, how it was a good experience.
It was a phenomenal experience. Yeah, I had an issue just with the kids who'd be like, man, that teacher hates me for no reason. And I get it, bro. You're 14, 15 years old. You think the world's out to get you.
Yeah.
I just think that you just have to be aware. Oh, I remember what I was saying. So this means a lot to me, bro, because, you know, I came to school. I went to WSU, and I didn't. That's because I was like in a program called Avid. Do you feel like you were exposed to the idea of college or coming to school, or was that just something you did on a whim? Like, it just feels right.
No, man. To be completely honest with you, I did not know. I did not think I can go to college. Like, I always tell this story. I was really passionate about psychology, you know, in high school. I took AP psychology with Mr. Barber my junior year. I got an A in that class. And then I took it again my senior year because I couldn't get college credit unless I took it as a senior. I know, really dumb rule. And so, like, I took it again. And when I took it my senior year, Mr. Barber told me, Max, like, you're working so hard. Oh, no, it was when I was doing it my junior year, actually. Mr. Barber, he was like, Max, you're getting A's on all your exams. Like, you're doing really good on everything in the class. But I noticed you fall asleep in class every day. He's like, how are you doing that? He's like, you must be reading your book and taking good notes or something. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I do. He's like, do you work after school? Is that why you're tired? And I was like, yeah, because at the time I was working like almost full time at Burger King. I was doing a lot of
real quick shout out to your cousin for giving me that opportunity to have like my first job. I know you put in work for me, dude. I was like,
right, that was your first job. That
was my first like paycheck job. I remember being like January. I'm like, I'm getting a job now. Max is working. I'm gonna put a fucking application in. It was lit, bro. It taught me a lot. It taught me that like before that, I guess I saw adults as like people like, okay, I respect adults obviously and my elders and shit, but then I realized like they are just people too. They're just going through some shit. We all are. And I think working, I always tell people that they should work in retail or some type of like, you know, fast food establishment if they don't have any work history in college or in high school, just so they can. It's just an essential skill, bro.
Yeah, man. No, yeah, dude. Honestly, I learned a lot during that job. But back to the topic, I was telling Mr. Barber that, and I told him. He told me, he was like, so what are your plans to go to college? And no, well, he opened up about how he worked while he was in school and everything, single mom too. And so I told him that, and he was like, what are your plans to go to college? And I told him like, oh, I'm not gonna go to college. Like, I can't afford it. That was literally my response. I was like, I might go to CBC though if I can like save up enough money. He was like, Max, he's like, you can get financial aid, like you can get that paid for. Like, you can go to college and it'll be fully paid for. That blew my mind. I had no idea. Like, nobody had told me this, Antonio.
Did you understand like the value of college?
I wasn't a part of Avid. I wasn't a part of anything. So like, I didn't know these things, bro.
But like, did you know that college was opening doors for you? What was your concept of college before? Like,
Yeah, dude, of course. I knew I've always here's the thing about me though. I've always valued education. Like I'm the type of person I was reading books on my own, like self-help books, like when I was like 14, 13, 14. Like I took initiative to educate myself, you know?
yeah,
And so for me, like, you know, education was always important, but I just didn't think I could afford to go to college because you know we didn't have a lot of money as a family. You know, being with a single mom, I was like, man, I gotta be here for my mom. I gotta make this money. Like, I'm not gonna strain her, make her work more hours to put me through college. Like, I was like, we can't do that. So when I found out about financial aid, like my mind, like mind blown. And so the rest was history. That's when I was like, okay, I looked into UW and I thought about it, and I knew I had the grades to get in. I probably could have gotten in, but I didn't even apply because I didn't want to live in the city. I felt like that was going to be overwhelming and too expensive. And WSU was just like the perfect mix. I knew that they had a pretty decent, you know, like
did you come in business, or did you
decent.
discover that a year in or a couple months in?
What's that?
Business. Did you come in wanting to do business, or was this a few months
Oh
in?
no, I actually touched on this a little earlier, but so I actually didn't decide to choose business until like a few days before my advising appointment at my it's called the Live like retreat, because I was gonna go into psychology because I wanted to be a like a counselor, like a psychologist, but I ended up going into business because I found out that with a psychology degree you can't really like get a job in your field unless you go into higher education. And at that point I was like, man, I'm lucky just to be in undergrad. Like, what are the odds of me getting into like a graduate school? So I guess I kind of sold myself short. I played it safe, but at the end of the day, I love business. I love what I do, and yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit different for me. I was gonna work, bro, and there's nothing. I was gonna enter the workforce right away, and I did. I graduated, and you guys went off to college, and I was like, damn, I should have went. So, anyways, I'm working. I'm getting the most money I've ever made in my life because before that, I worked at like a gas station and Burger King and Walmart, and so then I hit this juice factory, working like 45, 50 hours, fat checks. But bro, I was in there and I had my plugs in, and I remember looking at the wall, like the trucks come in and out, and I was like, I can't do this for the next 40 years, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, it's respectable work, though. A lot of people do it. And
No, yeah, exactly. I just know I couldn't do it. I have such like I think I'm just built different, bro. I have to work with my hands or think about stuff. I don't know. It's too maniacal, too like, I don't know. It wasn't a hard job. It was just repetitive, and I need interaction personally. Like, I need to talk to someone.
right. No, I feel that, and I think that it's important at a young age to kind of recognize what you like and what you don't like to do. And I think that it's actually a privilege to be able to, choose what you're going to do. Because some people get stuck in jobs because they don't have, the necessary, like, credentials or degrees or whatever to move out of where they're at. And I think that, it's a privilege to be able to get an education. And not only that, it's a privilege to be able to, have the means to get that education. So.
Do you think that there's I mean, obviously, they shouldn't even know if you think it. There's a lot of people that don't slip through the cracks, but I mean, like, they just are never aware of the situation, or no one ever told them, or no one ever put them on.
Oh my goodness, man. So many people. Like, I could have slipped through the cracks. If my teacher didn't pull me aside that day and told me like what he told me at that moment about how I can get financial aid and how I can go to college, I don't think I would have gone, man. Like, I mean, maybe somebody else would have pulled me aside, but imagine those kids who just get, imagine if like you're a real big introvert, you just show up to class, you're really nervous every day, nobody really notices you, you get bad grades, you just kind of slide by, they kind of brush you off as a lazy person. Like, you can easily just go under the radar and not attain an education just because of that, just because nobody put those resources in your face. I mean, and there's a lot of opportunity, but sometimes these opportunities are so targeted towards certain students that other students get missed, you know?
Yeah, or I don't want to say that, but it comes down to like the favoritism of a certain student. Like, I had your brother, your older brother, your older sister in this classroom, and they excelled. So
Oh, yeah.
and then we'll carry on, or there's this opportunity after class. I know your brother did it. I know you were interested. I think it's important for teachers and staff and adults to realize that, like, yeah, some kids don't want it, but they also don't understand what they're missing out on or the value. I remember one of the school was difficult for me, especially high school in general, only because I think as a practical person, I'd be like, when am I going to use this? I never understood like the fundamentals of anything. I was like, I'm not going to need this. I'm not going to need to understand the fucking cosine of a circle or something. That's probably not even a real term, Max. But then I had teachers who would be like, you know what? Like, this is important, so you can step onto this class, and that class will help you get here, and this will help you get there. And yeah, once you see the sequence and the patterns, then it's easier to understand that, I think.
Yeah, man. Hey, hold up, Tony. Quick shout out to everybody watching on Instagram Live. We got 8 viewers right now. Shout outs to you. This is me and my friend and I, Setting the Tone podcast. My friend Antonio Ortiz. This is the launch of his podcast. He's going to be interviewing people. I just so happen to be lucky enough to be the first guest, talking a little bit about my life, my experiences, kind of diving deep into, different stuff. If that adds value, to you, stick around, keep listening. I actually posted the link on my Twitter, _, Maximiliano P on Twitter. So you can actually watch the YouTube feed that actually shows like, the camera between him and I. Right now you're just seeing me. But yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel too, Omnipotent. Shout out to y'all. We're going to keep this conversation going. You can post some questions too on this chat if you have any questions for us, and we'll be glad to talk about those things. So thanks for listening.
Something disconnected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So obviously we're on the Omnipotent channel. I was going to get into this. I think this is a perfect opportunity to do this. Omnipotent, back in 2016, I created this channel. This was just to start a launch of a, I guess, quote unquote brand. And what it was I wanted to do like clothing and videos and just this media brand. Anyways, Max, not one of our artists, he was like the artist that was on Omnipotent with a couple others. And
right,
Max, you used to rap.
I did rap.
You used to rap good.
I did. I still do rap good. I just don't rap publicly anymore.
Okay, so I just got a question. And this is coming from my Instagram follower _O Alvarez. Shout out to Osmar Alvarez. He's out there in Seattle. I think he might live by you, bro. I'm not too sure.
Oh, this is my little nephew saying hi. Hola, Carlitos. What's up?
Okay, now we're engaging with the fans.
Yeah,
okay, so
I'm listening right now, man.
Are the paperclip pwners ever gonna get back? Is my question.
Oh man! So for those of you who don't know, paperclip pwners was actually this little thing that my friends in high school, we actually we wanted to do. We wanted to be like YouTube famous. This was when everybody was like blowing up doing all these like YouTube videos. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to like do our own. So we were using like a little webcam in my friend's mom's living room, and we just make these like literally like the most Mexican like living room, like like La Virgen was like on the wall, like we were going in.
I have like a little
that's just me. Hey, yeah. But so we would make these videos, and yeah, like I mean, we kind of just stopped. I don't really know why. We actually made like a little movie. It was called OG Pop. That was probably like the peak, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
that was,
I don't know. We might bring that back. Yeah, we just might.
Yeah, just wait on it.
Just wait on it. Exactly.
Because we started rapping, bro. That's what it was. We transitioned from like it's not popping. Now
so we went from making like comedy videos to rapping. So we started rapping. I started rapping. My good friend Eddie Castro was a really good rapper too. We would rap together. We were like a little rap group. So we were dropping songs. My boy right here, Antonio Ortiz, Zitroynot on Twitter, Omnipotent on YouTube. This guy right here was like the mastermind of all the videos, all the content. It'd be funny too. Like we would record a music video, and I would call this guy like an hour after we were done. And I'd be like, hey, bro, is that video done yet? Like, is that video going to be up on YouTube yet? Like me, like so naive, like not knowing that, recording, editing a video, putting it up on YouTube takes like days, hours. I was just so excited. Like I was so passionate about my raps and my message and spreading people that I couldn't wait.
Is there a song or video or like favorite project that we did that you think you did that was like fuck yeah, like this is gonna maybe not blow up, but this is what I like. You captured my essence.
A song, a video, dude. Fly. When you did Fly for me, bro, like you captured my essence, my dude. Like, man, for everybody who hasn't seen that music video, Fly, like forget my raps.
Share it, bro.
Forget my raps. This man right here, this man, Tony, did work on that video. Like,
I think I can share it, bro. Hold on. This is gonna give me a brief intermission to just go to the restroom and
it's all good. Shout outs to everybody who just joined us. We are on Setting the Tone podcast with Antonio Ortiz. If you wanna get the entire live feed straight off of YouTube, we're live on YouTube on Omnipotent, the channel. I share that on my Twitter _Maximiliano P. Go ahead and hit me with a follow. Shout outs to my boy Chris right here, telling me to drop another song. I just might. If Tony records a video for it for free. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man. All right. So what's going on right now? I hope this doesn't fuck. We're live. Who's sharing? Go look at the video, bro, and go see who's sharing what. What can you see?
I don't know, man. I don't want to click on anything. I don't want to get out of here.
All right. I think we're good. I think we're still live.
All right, cool.
This is on the fly, bro.
Chris is telling you to get to work, bro.
Bro. I don't have a camera, dog.
He says he doesn't have a camera, bro. He's lying.
On the fly, bro. Okay, so we're chilling right now.
All right.
Now what I'd like to do is
my sister's saying what's up on the Instagram right now.
Dude, tell her I've never met your sister, bro. That would be different.
You never met my sister, man. You're missing out. He said, Chris said he's got you. He said he's got the backup. He said quit lying. So you already know, man.
That's it. I got no excuses. I'm done.
He's got no excuses no more, bro. He's done, bro. You cornered him, bro. He better. Song drops tomorrow, bro. Video drops tomorrow.
I need 2 displays. Can you ask Chris if he can go live? He's gonna be like our behind the scenes young man.
What do you mean if he can go live? How can he go live?
No, go live. Can he go check the stream on YouTube? On a laptop?
I'm checking it right now. It looks lit. Oh. Hold up. All right, let's just keep it going though. Let's just keep it going, bro. We got a good grip. We got like 15 people on Instagram right now, bro. Like people are watching this, Tony. You got to provide content for them. I don't think.
Yeah, I know there's a way I can feed it from here to Instagram live. I don't know how to do that.
We'll figure it out next time, bro.
Yeah. Next time on Setting the Tone episode 2.
I'll come back. I'll come back once this is all refined. Right now, it's just kind of a trial and error. Shout out to everybody that's watching, though. You guys are watching like a product that is not really fully, immersed yet, but trust, trial and error. You don't become 100% unless you fail a few times. Me and my boy Tony, we're not afraid to fail. So let's get it.
I need to find a list of people who would be willing to be on this, bro. I could come to you. I could be in person. I'd be really interested in recording with Chris, bro. He's doing his thing. I see him shooting a lot of fucking artists that are up and coming and shit.
Yeah, Chris is doing his thing, man. Chris is a savage. Everybody, if you don't already, follow Visual Subject on Instagram. This man works magic with the camera. I'm telling you. So this dude will do, photo shoots for you, a squad, like scenery. If you want to buy like portraits off of him, this guy does it all. Just let him know. Visual Subject on Instagram. So
is it underscore Visual Subject or is it?
No, it's just Visual Subject altogether.
That's a sick branded name, bro. I had seen them on. I had seen Visual Subject on Respect My Region, which is another blog that's like in the Northwest. It's really big.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, I don't know who this is. He's killing it. I had no idea. And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm talking to a Visual Subject. He did some of like Mitch Pfeiffer's stuff, or not did some of his stuff, but you know what I mean. He was like, and I recognized the name, and I was like, who is this guy? Then I introduced him. I was like, no way, somebody lives out here like locally. I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah, man, that's my dude right there. Shouts out. Shouts
How
out.
did you guys link up?
How did I meet Chris? Man, I remember actually. I remember the moment I met him. I was at a probate up in Eastern back in it must have been like I don't even know, man. I want to say 2016. Yeah, I want to say 2016, like spring of 2016. I was at a probate, and I had actually met Carlos like a year earlier, another friend of mine up in Cheney, and yeah, he just introduced me to him. He's like, man, you know, this is my homie Chris. I met him. It was good vibes, and we just kept in touch ever since.
Can you see the stream live? I just need to know.
Okay. Yeah, man, it looks good.
No, this is his Instagram page, his IG. Follow him, Visual Subject on IG.
I see you showing that. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I can do all this stuff on this. Anyways, I'm not gonna get sidetracked over here. Back to the money of the hour. Okay, so what was your first studio session like, bro? Did you go straight to the studio, or did you record at your house, or what was that like?
Oh, when I was rapping?
Yeah, first time. Like, what even got you in? How was that conversation? Max, you should rap.
Oh my goodness, I still remember this. Me and Eddie pulled an all-nighter. We stayed at my cousin's house, and I wrote the cheesiest like 16 bars that I've ever seen the face of this earth, man. Like I kid you not. I think like my first like bar was like I don't even know. It was just so whack. But and yeah, I was nervous in the booth. I was not feeling myself. You got to be comfortable in your energy if you're gonna be, doing art. So like I wasn't comfortable in my energy. It fed through my music. It fed through my art. And
You
it just
can hear
wasn't
it.
bad, man.
Not you in general. I'm just saying, like, if you're nervous or you're not comfortable, it comes off like a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. If you're nervous, like, yeah, it's not gonna come off. I mean, I'm not saying if you're nervous, don't do it, but like, you got to practice a lot, and you got to be comfortable in your own skin if you're gonna put yourself out there like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Othello.
Hey, Ray Niz. Shout outs to the homie. Is he still on? Oh, yup. Hey, what's up, bro? I see you.
I remember when you were here in Pullman and you had me do a cover for you for the Max Prado EP, and you sold copies of that at the Cub. Did you sell a lot of copies? Or did you move in?
My gosh, man. I think I must have sold like in my entire high school career, I probably sold like 200 copies of different mix because I released like two or three different ones. Some in conjunction with Eddie Cashflow, some by myself, but in total, I still remember this day, man. I remember this day. It was like one of the best days of my life, to be honest. I had just printed like I think it was 100 CDs. I was at the Cub. I gave like all my friends a few of them, and they were in charge of selling those few, and I was in charge of selling like 50. Dude, I swear to you, after school, there's this place called the Breezeway at Othello High School. I was at the Breezeway, and like that's where everybody passes by after school, and I was just going like this, man, like want a mixtape, want a mixtape. People knew I made music at this point, so I had kind of like a little fan base going on, and so I was like just selling these mixtapes, like they were flying out of my hands. Like it was crazy. And I was charging $3 for them. People were giving me 5 because they didn't have change. Some people gave me 10. And some people were paying me in ones. And I just remember like having a backpack. I started off with a backpack full of mixtapes. And then I had a backpack just full of just money, just ones, tens. I didn't even look at it as money. I just looked at it as love, like appreciation for my art. Like
It's like it's like a lot of tips.
Yeah, like I poured my heart and soul into this music, and like that money, like I didn't see it as a profit because honestly, I ended up losing money from my art. Like I invested like $1,500 in my little home studio, buying a new computer, buying Pro Tools, buying a microphone, buying an interface.
I think that's important, bro. I think that a lot of times, you know what, this is no disrespect. I see a lot of people starting to do videos, a lot of people starting to do music, a lot of people putting up websites,
Right.
Clothes. It's so important, I think, to invest in your craft. Don't take the cheap route, bro, because you're providing a product to the world, bro, and it's a fucking it's like a mirror reflection of you. Like if you provide a shitty product, then not that you're a shitty person, but I don't know. And it's not about price either.
No, and it's all about presentation. Like you really gotta, I'm big on if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah.
No, I can't rush. I don't rush anything. I don't jump into anything. I don't, when it comes to like my products, like things I release, things I put my name on, because, it's better to come out strong and like, come out strong and take a while than come out kind of weak and like rush it. I learned that the hard way though. I learned that the hard way with my music. There was a lot of times where I dropped songs and they were not ready, and I would take them down like a week later. And I'd be like,
But you had already spent like the $40 or whatever to record.
yeah, man, you end up spending money, you lose time, and time is your most valuable asset. You're losing your time.
Yeah, you can record a song, but can you get everyone back in the studio and feeling the same vibe?
Yeah, man, that's why it's really important. Honestly, number one thing is patience. Patience. Remember, you have the rest of your life ahead of you. You got more time to strategize, and there's no reason to rush unless you're just excited for the aesthetic of the product. It's not about what the aesthetic is. Like you want to bring quality internally and externally. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I've seen, like, yeah, quick turnaround. It's just a delicate balance, especially like in the social media content space, I think, bro. And everyone's a content creator without really thinking about it. You put out a tweet, you put out a Instagram post, like, you got to have some love behind it, bro. You got to get that lighting in there. You got to get, the song to come out crisp. I don't know, man. I can't stress that enough.
I feel you. That's funny that you say that everybody's a content creator. I've been thinking about that a lot because I go on Twitter sometimes, and I know some people that are on Twitter posting things that I know do not coincide with their real life persona. So it's like it's weird. It's like, what is this?
Yeah, are you saying like?
It's like I feel like some people. What I'm trying to get at is I feel like some people use social media for different reasons, and I'm not at all bagging on people and what they do it for. But some people go on Twitter just to kind of vent out the things that they wouldn't say in real life. That's fine. That's cool. But other people, they, like you said, they like to create content that coincides with their goal as a person. Like myself, I like to empower people. I like to share ideas that I think are going to be beneficial to people. Like sometimes I'll BS on Twitter too or Instagram. Don't get me wrong.
No, I definitely think that there is a fat disconnect between what you might say in real life.
Hey, shout out to Baby J. Hey, shout out to Carlos. Hey, bro, we got 10 people on Instagram live right now.
Bro, tell them to please watch this from the stream, bro. Tell them, please.
Oh, yeah, you guys and everybody else that just joined, thank you guys for joining. On my Twitter _Maximiliano P, I shared the link to the live stream on YouTube, so you can actually watch the live stream. This is kind of just like a makeshift live stream that I'm creating right here on Instagram.
It's cool though, because if they miss it live, they can see it later for up to 4 hours, I think.
Oh, perfect, cool. Good. So yeah, check out my Twitter _MAXIMILIANOP on Twitter. Hit me with that follow too.
Oh yeah, people tweeting shit that do you think that that's important? Do you think that if you are like be about what you tweet about, kind of
be about what you tweet about, man? You just created a slogan for the centuries, Tony.
Yeah, I think it's
be about what you
tweet. On Twitter shit, bro. Like they'll get on about this fucking just horrible experience that they had at this restaurant, and then they won't even they'll come over. How was everything? Can we change anything for you? And maybe that's just my own personal bias speaking on that. Like, no, it was perfect, thank you. When they go on 1-star review, worst people I've ever dealt with. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Like,
no, I know exactly what you mean, man. And here's the point where I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem when it's people that I know like to carry themselves in a very respectful way in person, or they're very clean cut and they do a good job of it in person. But once they're on Twitter, they almost feel like just because it's on the internet, they're invisible and they can just act a fool. No, here's the thing. Like, because it's on Twitter, it's actually the exact opposite. It's like, this is documented. This is permanently online. And now not only are you showing your worst self, you're showing your worst self on a medium that is going to be permanently recorded and could be used against you in ways that you probably don't even know yet.
No, it's definitely it's like anything else, bro. It's a tool. It's not really like. All right, I'm gonna get into some shit where I think that a lot of people have issues with.
Get it.
I think that on people, when they're on Facebook, they're like, man, Facebook shouldn't censor me. Facebook shouldn't do this to me. I get it. It's not a public service, bro. It's not like water and electricity. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, you have to understand that you're on their platform, and they can block you if you want to. Same with Twitter. That doesn't say like go crazy, go wild. But
yeah,
you gotta watch what you say online, bro. You should censor yourself because other people will, or they'll check you, or they'll tell you like just shit will come back and bite you, bro.
yeah, man. I feel that. Like, to kind of like sum this up, like I would say, like, if you're on social media and you're sharing stuff, my advice is make sure that what you're sharing is coinciding with who you want to project that you are, which should be who you really are, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't think because you're online that there's a mask you can put on and all of a sudden be, a douchebag or just an ignorant person that you're not. Like, just be yourself, and I mean, it's not that serious at the end of the day, but just be conscious of what you're doing.
Or
Just,
creative.
just know what you're doing.
Not even that. Just be like conscious of what other people might react to your shit. I'm not saying censor yourself in a bad way. Just it's not just your area, bro. It's not your arena. It's literally everyone else's too. Everyone has access to this shit. So
Facts.
Max, it's like a real funny memory. I'm getting asked to share a funny story or something.
What's a funny story? Oh man, how many? Oh man, so a lot of them are really inappropriate for me to be sharing on the social medias.
I need a soundboard, bro. I need like an audience, like a laugh track.
Hey, shout outs to Ricky. Hey, we got Ricky on the Instagram live right here. Man, we got a lot of people rotating through this Instagram. Shout out
thanks for listening. Thanks for following us right now.
Yeah.
Please check it out on YouTube. It looks best on YouTube.
Yeah, we got this on YouTube too. Hey, don't downplay my camera, bro. My camera is looking lit right here.
You're looking crisp, dude. You look phenomenal. I just need them for syndication purposes.
Yeah. So check us out on OMNPTNT on YouTube. We're going live on there too. This is just like my live stream. But yeah, Tony, you were asking me to share a funny memory. Man, that's kind of tough, bro. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to. Jesus just told me that your lighting on YouTube is off, my dude.
I don't have another light, bro.
Oh, he don't have another light, bro. He's trying his best.
I requested you on Instagram.
Oh, my roommate just joined. Shout outs to Vegas. He's listening to this from the other room too.
Oh yeah, shout out to Vegas, bro. He's a real cool guy.
You met Vegas?
Dude, I met him at your birthday party.
In Portland. Yeah. Hey, out on Portland. Hey, shout outs to Portland, man. Portland is lit. Funny story though, man. Honestly, man, can we change the topic? I really can't think of a funny story right now.
Nah, we can't, bro. I'm sorry.
Not a funny guy, bro.
Funny story.
I'm serious.
But yeah, what were you saying?
What's that?
Changing the topic. What do you want to talk about now? Is there something in particular?
I don't know, man. You hit me. You're the interviewer. This is your podcast, Antonio. This is the setting the tone, man. Set the tone, my dude.
I need you to approve my request on Instagram right now, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go live together.
Can we share like a?
Hey, shout outs to everybody that just joined. So we're on Antonio Ortiz's Zitroynot on Twitter. This is his podcast. It's called Setting the Tone. We're doing a little bit of
Hey, tone in, please. Please tone into the podcast. Oh, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, hey, let's not do that. Yeah.
No, we tried. Anyway,
let's continue, bro. We got 13 people watching. Shout outs to everybody that's watching right now. I appreciate every single one of you.
Is it youtube.com/users/omnipotent? Shout out to Felicia. Shout out to Steph for joining us. Shout out to Julio Caesar. I totally butchered that name, bro. You can also go live.
Hey Tony, we got a question for you right here for my feed. Andrew Yang running for president. What's your opinion?
Dude, don't ask me politics, bro. I don't. Who is this guy? I know he recently. I've seen him like on a bunch of different podcasts. I need to do more research before I make a qualified decision.
Yeah, I don't know much about this Andrew Yang guy. I know he was on the Breakfast Club and he made like a couple good snippets. I watched like some of them. I don't know enough about him either though. I really feel like it's gonna come down to, for the Democratic, if we're gonna get into politics. I'm sorry if politics bore you. We'll make it quick, but like,
Hey, you paused your live video, bro. I don't know if that's on purpose or not.
no, I didn't.
Oh no, you're live. Okay.
Okay, so I think that it's basically going to come down to either Bernie Sanders. What's that one? Is it Elizabeth Warren? I want to say Elizabeth Warren and Beto O'Rourke. I think those three are going to be the top runners.
For the Democratic Party?
Yeah, for the Democratic Party. I think Beto's going to, honestly, I think Bernie's going to take it. And
Bro,
I hope.
no about politics, bro. That's so ignorant of me to say. I just haven't been keeping up.
It's all good, bro. Just listen to Pod Save America. It's kind of a left-leaning podcast, but
I have
I'll give you info.
I feel like I give myself enough time. I give myself like what? When's the next election? 2020. I have like 6 months to figure out who I'm voting for.
Bro, we started talking politics, and mad people just left it.
For real, yeah. That's awful.
Know your audience.
We're still
your podcast on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna make a rule where we strictly do not talk politics on this podcast. So.
All right. We just made a rule where we don't talk politics on Tony's podcast.
It's like magic. It just
joined setting the tone with Antonio Ortiz, my good friend. He's just starting his very first podcast. I'm actually his very first guest. And yeah, it's just a little interview. We're having a conversation, talking about different topics. If you're interested, stick around. If you want to watch the live feed on YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter _Maximiliano P. I have the link to the YouTube live feed on Omnipotent YouTube channel. So let's continue.
Yeah, thank you for sticking around and tuning into my podcast. Shout out to everyone who's joined. Did you quit your video?
No, it just ended. Hold on, I can go back.
There's probably a limit to how long you can do that. If that makes sense.
Hold on.
It probably cuts off after 30 minutes or something.
Hold on, let me just go live again. All right, so we're back live. Let's just keep going. People are gonna join. Let's go.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, because it'll tell people like, oh, Max is going live right now. Check it out. All right, so we talked about Othello a little bit. We talked about your upbringing. We talked about Seattle. That's been huge for you, Max. What's next, bro?
What's next? Man, that's honestly the question I've been asking myself, Tony. And I think, to be honest with you, I think what I want to do, or what I would hope to do, is to I want to travel, man. I think I've only been outside of the US. I've only been to Mexico, so I really want to explore the world. I want to go to Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia. I want to go on the ocean. I want to be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I don't know, on a big boat and just be chilling. I don't even know how to swim, so that's probably going to be pretty terrifying, but I want to conquer all my fears too.
I don't know how to swim.
No, I mean, I do, but not good. Not enough to be in the middle of the ocean. I can't swim from the middle of the ocean back to Washington or nothing like that.
Yeah, a lot of people can't though, so I'll give you that one, bro. I don't know.
Oh man, I know. I say a high standard. No, just kidding. Yeah, man. I just really want to just explore different parts of the world, and I just really want to grow my my mental arsenal.
Can you hear me on your podcast if I'm speaking loud enough?
Yeah, no, I'm sure they hear you, man. I got the microphone right next to the computer, and you're really loud up for me, so I'm pretty sure they hear you. Hey, shout outs to CB United 22. I believe, is that Fernando? I want to say that's Fernando.
I thought that's Fernando. Shout out to Keaton. Shout out to Jeanette.
Shout outs to F Beltran 1161. What it do? Sorry guys, my other live stream just crashed for some reason. I don't know. This is my first time doing this. So
go back. Can you go back into your comments and add me, because I figured it out. I'm gonna turn the volume down. I'm gonna mute mine so it sounds good.
All right, hold up. Just go. Just do that thing you did earlier.
I requested it. Maybe I gotta do it again.
Yeah, you gotta do it again.
Do it good. Yeah, that's facts, bro.
Here. I'm gonna add you. I'm waiting on you now. All right, shout out to everybody. Thank you to everybody that's watching right now. We got about 9 viewers on Instagram. even more on. Oh, there you go. Now we got you on here too, Tony.
Hold on. Is there still feedback?
Yeah, man.
Is it terrible?
Yeah.
I'll just mute it, bro. Can I do that?
Nah, I don't think this is gonna work, bro.
All right, no, that's all good. We'll figure it out, bro. We really will.
For the next one, for sure. Hey, shout outs to Cisco. It is past my bedtime. I know, man. We gotta. Hey, Tony, it's getting kind of late, bro. I gotta go to sleep, man. I gotta wake up at 4 tomorrow. But yeah, man. Shout outs to everybody watching. We're on the Setting the Tone podcast with my good friend Antonio Ortiz. Zitroynot, Zitroynot on Twitter. You can hit him with a follow.
Zitroynot, just Tony Ortiz backwards. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
Follow my new page, Rap Northwest. I want to highlight Northwest rappers. I'm plugging myself right now. I do apologize on you.
Nah, bro, do your thing. You know, this man right here, he has his life together because all of his tags on every social media are consistent. I don't got that going on.
What it is, I got a consistent brand.
Consistent branding right here, businessman. But yeah, so hit him with the follow. We're just talking about life. Thank you guys for joining. We're gonna keep it going. Shout out to that boy Ivan. I see you, LB. All right.
No, we'll keep this brief, man. I know you got to wake up early and shit. I forget it's Sunday.
Yeah,
I had a weekend. Everyone's back from spring break, at least over here on this side. So it's kind of.
I got adult things to do, man.
Yeah.
Don't be an adult. Everybody, just don't.
Did you do your groceries shopping yet?
I did, man. I went grocery shopping. I meal prepped. I washed my clothes. Ooh, my clothes still in the dryer. I still gotta iron my clothes, man. It's gonna be a long night.
Do you starch your shirts? The people want to know. I'm getting a question.
Starch my shirts, man. Nah, bro. I'm not that bougie. Not yet. Soon. I'm down. That sounds cool.
Do you know what that does?
Nah, man. I mean, it makes it more. I don't know. It hits different.
It makes your shit stiff, like your collars and your shit like that.
Ooh, yeah. I'm trying to get that. Yeah.
All right. Have you been to the dentist recently? Do you go to like health check?
Bro, but I like brush my teeth like every day, fam. Like
left and right. Do you brush up and down or left and right?
Cavity. Up and down, because that's the way your teeth grow. I feel like that makes sense to me.
I feel like once I stopped living at home, I didn't go to the doctor as much, and I feel like I should go just so you could like be like, yeah, you're still alive and well. But yeah, I should go soon. I got glasses recently. That's a new update. Have you got your vision check?
Nah, but I think I got 20/20, bro, because all I see is like my future. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea, man.
Dog.
What's that?
I could always see the vision, but I could just see a little bit better now.
I just see the vision. Nah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've always had 20/20 though, so that's never really been a big issue for me. Ooh, no, it's ended. All right, man. I think
you don't want us to go live no more, bro. That's all good.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. That was fun.
Thank you for joining me on episode 1 of Setting the Tone with your host Antonio Ortiz. I'm here with Max Prado.
Hey, follow me on Twitter _ Maximiliano P. Follow me on Instagram Maximiliano P _ I don't know. I can get that consistent, but you know what? I just choose not to. I'm just crazy like that. But yeah, thank you, Antonio. I really appreciate you welcoming me on your podcast, having me as your first guest. And I look forward to seeing big things from your podcast, man. And just a quick little plug, I'm actually going to start my own podcast here pretty soon. It's going to be, man, what am I calling it? Untapped Potential, the Untapped Potential podcast. It's going to be dropping very soon. Very, very soon.
Yeah, tell them to please wait on it.
Please wait on it.
Is it going to be on what platforms? I'm still working on everything.
It's going to be on everything.
I might keep it on YouTube and maybe Spotify, but I don't know. Please let me find out. Max, thank you for joining me again. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Antonio. You too. Always a pleasure.
See you later, man.
Later.